Hi everyone. Good afternoon. I hope we are all doing very well this afternoon. It's actually a nice time to be here with you all today. Promises to be an amazing time. I always love Friday, so we kind of always shout, "Thank God it's Friday!" And I hope everyone is quite ready for today's section. So uh, please feel free. Tell us myself, tell you my name, where I'm from as well. So first, my name is Johanna. Are you my moderator for today? Also, that is Judith. Just a moment. I think my network is kind of freezing. Let me see. Okay. I think I'm much better now. Okay, much better now. So thank you very much for that. So so sorry for that interruption. So like I said earlier, I'm here with two amazing people. I have Sandra Suumi. She's in the comment section, and she's going to be moderating this section for us today. So feel free to interact with Sandra. She's going to also be answering some of your questions, taking up some of the responses as well. So with me also here is Judith Locoso. Judith, you won't be seeing Judith. Judith is um, at the back end of this broadcast. She's actually our broadcaster for today. So Judith will be ensuring that we don't have any technical challenges, especially now that I'm having network issue and all of that, right? So thank you very much for that. So let me see the people that are here with us already. So please, like I said earlier, feel free to introduce yourself in the comment section. Tell us where you're joining us from, and we'll do well to acknowledge you as well. So I can see Crimson Ipade. My name is Crimson from Warri Delta State. Thank you very much, Crimson. You're welcome. I can see Diana joining us from Ghana. Thank you very much, Diana. I can see Dr. Ifenkwe joining from Abakaliki in Ebonyi State. Thank you very much for that. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time that you took out to come and join this amazing session. So today we are going to be looking at an amazing topic that I find so much passion for because it has actually helped a lot of businesses in saving time, saving effort, saving money, and even giving them maximum um, impact, right? So the topic we are going to be looking at today, how to use data and insight to help grow our businesses, right? We have so much talked about marketing. We have talked about building your brand and selling online. But there is one critical part of business that everyone needs to know, which is the part where you get to leverage on data before you make some important decision. You get to leverage on data before you make some important spending in your marketing and all of that, right? So we're going to see what it means to use data and insight to help grow our businesses, right? So straight ahead, I want to outline the agenda we have today. So we're going to be looking at these three amazing agendas today. Number one is we're going to understand the right questions to ask for every process in data analytics. Data analytics is more or less asking questions, is more or less feedback you get. So getting to know the right question to ask will actually help you in getting the right data you need to make that decision, right? Then secondly, we identify the tools we need to use to ask those questions, right? So questions can be, I can come verbally, the tool I'll use is my mouth to ask you questions, right? Or we can also run a survey, right? We can run survey, we can have platforms that records data for us, right? So we can even do questionnaire and all of that. So tools that we can leverage on or identify that will help us in collecting those data. Then last but not the least, we are going to understand what to use the data for and how to further analyze or how data is being analyzed for better readability, for better understanding, and also for better decision making, right? So these are the three agendas that we're going to be looking at today. So I can see Shade Echo joining us from Benin City as well. I can see Anu join us as well. So welcome to this section today. So feel free, please let's try as much as possible to make this section as interactive as possible. I'm going to be asking some questions while I expect so much responses from you so that we keep this section engaging. And also, like I earlier said, feel free to ask questions if you have any. Drop it in the comment section. Myself or Sandra will attend to it definitely, right? So thank you very much. Now, before we go further, there is an opportunity I want to introduce to everyone that is on this call today, right? There's what we call the Google Hustle Academy. It's a bootcamp from Google where it takes or train business owners from end to end, right? You get to understand how to build your business, how to also model your financial your I'm so sorry. I am actually having a bit of technical issues. Suddenly, in my location, I think network went down totally. So so sorry about that. But I'm trying to switch to a better network. It's just a total breakdown in network. But I believe I don't know if you can hear me now. Just trying to put off my slide. Um, trying to. Trying to come up. I'm so sorry. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm trying to switch. So I just switched to another network. I hope it gets better. So let me.
Good afternoon, everyone, and apologies for that technical issue. We're trying to sort some things here at the back end. So, I will take over from Johanna due to some technical problems. So the name is Jane. Actually, I'm happy to be here with you today, and we're going to be discussing how you can use data and insights to help your business grow, because this is very important. You need to know how you can get numbers and a lot of information as to how you're doing, as to how your marketing activities are going for you online. So that's basically what we are going to be discussing today. So let me move on and present what we have on our agenda. So, like I said, the name is Jane, and I am going to be your trainer for today. I'm not here alone. Johanna is still here, he's right here with us, and Sandra is equally here. So, you're going to be seeing them a lot in the chat. And Judith is here as well. She's going to be our broadcaster, making sure that at least before the session ends, we shouldn't have any further technical difficulties. So let's move on to see what we have on our agenda today. So the very first thing we're going to talk about is how you can understand the right questions to ask. What should you be asking? Okay, understand the right questions to ask, especially when you're looking to get information as to how you are performing, maybe on that website, maybe on your social media pages and all of that. So the first thing we'll break down is to understand the right questions to ask, and then we would move on to see how to identify the best tools to use when you're looking to collect, a lot of information and figures as to how people are getting to your site, as to how people are engaging with your pages. What are some of the tools that you can make use of to have this information? And then the last thing we're going to see is how you can understand and analyze your data. When you have all these figures, you've used some tools, you have the statistics there with you. How can you understand all this information that has been made available to you and actually analyze it to see to it that you are improving on your digital activities as a business person? So before we get to this into the session, I want to let you know Google is organizing a free boot camp. All right, so I want to encourage everyone to sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. And I mean, it's one program that would definitely leave you feeling different from the way you came. There's a lot you're going to learn and apply when it comes to handling your business. Okay, so I want to encourage you to sign up for the Google Hustle Academy. The link is going to be dropped right there in the chat. So our sessions are meant to be interactive. I believe we're already quite familiar with that and we already know that. Okay, so before we get right to it, what words would you use to describe your customers? I would like to just know from you before we get right into our session for today. What words would you use to describe your customers? Would you say your customers are people who are very, engaging? Are they people who constantly come to you, are they loyal? What exactly? What are those adjectives that you would use when describing your customers? So please let me know in the chat, and I'm looking out for your comments. Okay, so I have seen Chisom is here. Welcome. You're joining us from Suka. All right. Welcome. It's a pleasure to have you. So I can see Crimson is equally here. We have a lot of people on the call. Adewale is here. So welcome to you all. Welcome. And it's a pleasure to meet all of you. So we have Rabiatu as well, who is joining us from Kaduna. Great. So I didn't say I'm joining you from Cameroon, okay? So it's a pleasure to meet all the amazing people who are on the call today. All right. So please kindly tell me, what are some of those adjectives that you would use to describe your customers? How would you say your customers? Are they stubborn? Do they come, show interest but don't buy? They ask about the price and never buy. So please kindly tell me in a few words how you can describe your customers. Are they loyal? Just tell me. I want to take at least one or two responses before I move on. So kindly share with me in the chat, what words would you use to describe your customers? So I'll definitely be coming back to it. Okay, so please drop it in the chat so that when I come back, I can see all your responses. Okay, so let's move on to see the what are some of the questions that you need to be asking when you're looking to find out some information about your business. Supposing you had a chance to meet any of your customers, what questions do you want to ask your customers? Right? It's very what we talk a lot about feedback, getting feedback. Do you ever take time to ask your customers if they enjoy that product or that service that you give them and things like that? So supposing you had a chance to meet one of your customers right now, maybe face to face, or talk to them, what would you ask them? What question would you ask them? So please kindly drop it in the chat. Kindly drop it in the chat. What questions would you be asking your customers? All right. Thank you, Crimson. Yes, exactly. Your customers are your assets, right? So it's very important to always make sure that you're treating them right, always making sure that they are satisfied with your service. So supposing you had a chance. Okay, so that's a great way to describe your customers, Crimson, your assets, right? I really love that. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. So can somebody tell me, supposing you had a chance to ask a question to your customer, what would you want to know from them? What would you want to know from your customer? Please kindly share it in the chat. I'll start calling names very soon. I hope we are typing. I hope we're trying to drop some responses. So there are some names I've taken note of. I've taken note of Crimson. I've taken note of Chisom. So at any point in time, just be ready that your name will pop up in my head and I'll call you up. Okay, so Crimson has dropped a response. How has our response time and service been so far? That's amazing. Yes, that's a very good question to ask your customers. You want to make sure they are constantly satisfied with your services, not just that they came and bought a product from you, but they actually enjoyed the experience, maybe the way you attended to them, you addressed all their questions and things like that. So thank you very much, Crimson. That's a great question to ask your customers. So if there's anybody else who would like to share, kindly just drop it in the chat as well. So, when it comes to analytics, because we're talking a lot today about analytics, getting data, getting insight. So, there is a process for analytics, right? And it's very important for you to follow this process if you want to understand, the right questions that you need to be asking yourself about your business. Now, ask yourself, what is my objective? Okay, maybe in that marketing plan that you established, or that strategy that you were crafting, you had set some objectives for yourself. So ask yourself, what is my objective? When you ask yourself questions like this, it's not going to be easy to get information that will help you know if you have actually achieved that objective, right? So you need to ask yourself, what is my objective? And then the next question you'll be asking yourself is, what question do I need to address, right? These are things you're asking about. Like, this is the process that you need to follow when you're looking to gather information about your business. What question do I need to address? And then you would ask yourself, where do I get that information from? Okay, so supposing you're asking yourself, um have I succeeded in attaining a goal or this objective I had for myself to have at least 500 followers on my Instagram page? Now, the next question you should be asking yourself is, where do I get that information from? How do you go about sourcing for statistics that can help you answer some of these questions that you're asking yourself about your business and about your objectives? And then the last step when it comes to the process for analytics is, what do I do with that information? So you've taken time to ask yourself some of these questions. You've answered the question. Like, the moment you ask yourself this question and you get the answers, then it will guide you as to how you can go about collecting data and actually analyzing it, right? So when you already understand where to get that information from, now you're asking yourself, what do I do with that information? If I see that I have just 300 followers on my Instagram and this is not what I had projected for myself, then this is left to me to see how I can get the numbers up, right? Because that information is supposed to guide you to know how you can improve. Now, let's break down everything one after the other. Let's talk about what is my objective. Now, if you're asking yourself, what is my objective? You can have as objective, for example, maybe to tell more people about my business. You want more people who to be aware that your brand exists. Okay, so that could be an objective that you have for yourself, and you establishing these objectives now helps to answer that question as to what your objectives are. So maybe you can have as objective to tell more people about your business, or maybe your objective is to sell more of your product or your service. You want to increase sales, you're looking to increase sales. Or maybe your objective is to identify your most valuable customers, or equally to find new ways to engage with previous customers. So all these are examples of objectives that you can maybe you've set for yourself, right? Now, let's move on to the second step, or this on the process for analytics, which is, what question do I need to address? Now, when it comes to types of questions to ask about your business, there is a methodology that you can follow. Okay, it's actually an acronym, REAN. Okay, REAN, REAN, and all the letters in this acronym stand for something. Now, R stands for reach, E stands for engage, A stands for activate, and N stands for nurture. Now, when it comes to reach, you're asking yourself, who is my target audience and how do I reach them online? Okay. So this is the types of questions that you should be asking about your business. And like we've said, the questions that you should be asking about your business should be guided by the REAN principle. Okay. So when it comes to reach, you're asking yourself, who is my target audience and how do I reach them online? Maybe you're somebody who sells baby wear. Okay, you sell a lot of cute clothes for babies with baby carriers and strollers and things like that. So maybe your target audience would be moms, right? Moms who are expecting, parents, or even family people who want to buy these things and gift to their loved ones who are expecting babies. So you need to first of all ask yourself, who is your target audience and how can I reach these people online? Now, the next question you'll be asking has to do with engage. Are they finding what they need? Right? If you realize that you're not getting much engagement on your social media platforms, maybe there's something about your content something you're posting that people don't really see it as what they are looking for, right? So when it comes to engage, you need to ask yourself, are they finding what they need? Are you posting and putting up those things that people like actually need and they are looking for? Because if your content aligns with what they are looking for, then they will definitely be engaging with your social media or with other any whichever digital platform it is you're using. Now when it comes to activate, are they booking? When these people come to my site, do they actually take action? Do they actually do something, or they just look and leave? Okay, so that's the question you can ask about your business. Are they booking? That has to do with activate. And then when it comes to nurture, you're asking yourself, when it comes to my business, are these people coming back? Do they come and just see and go and never show up again? Do they come and buy once and just leave and never come back? And things like that. So ask yourself, are they coming back? If a lot of people are coming back, chances are high you will know you're running your business well. They are enjoying your services and your products, and they're always coming back. So please take note of RIN. Okay, this is what should guide you when you're asking questions about your business. The questions you're asking about your business have to do with reach, they have to do with engage, they have to do with activate, and they have to do with nurture. All right. So please take note of this, all right, to guide you as you're asking questions about your business. Let's move on to the third step in our analytics process, which has to do with, where do I get that information from? Now, you want to know this target audience, these people that I want to get to online. How do I know the number of people I'm actually reaching? How do I know the number of people who are booking, who are coming back and things like that? So, where do I get that information from? It's very important for you to make sure that you're getting the right information from the right sources, because it's definitely going to guide you to better run your business. So you can get this information from your social channels, all right? If you're somebody who is making use of any social media platforms, your social channels always have an inside option for you to have access to this information. And then also you can make use of organic searches, right? Can make use of an organic search to know maybe how people are finding you, how people are getting to know about your business and all of that. Okay, you can equally make use of your website. Okay, if you're somebody who is running a website, you can go there, you can see maybe reviews that people leave for you. There's a lot of information you can equally get there, to understand some of the questions you're asking about your business, as well as paid searches. Okay, so all these options are great when it comes to getting the right information to answer all the questions you're asking yourself about your business. Now, let's move on to the fourth step in the process for analytics, which has to do with, what do I do without information? So you've been able to gather information. Okay, I have I'm in my post are actually reaching about 200 people. Maybe 15 people are engaging and things like that. You've gotten all this information. Now, what do you do with it? So you can use your insights, to understand market trends. Okay, so it's going to help you to identify the latest market trends and insights, because you can see the number. When I maybe, for example, I'm still taking baby wears. Maybe when I post diapers, I get more engagement than when I post uh um um how do we call this, uh forgive me, the word is escaping my mind. Okay, we have this, the disposable diapers, and we have what we tie on the baby, which we wash, napkins, right? That was the word I was looking for. Napkins. Okay, so maybe napkins are not so trendy anymore. A lot of mothers now are probably working and busy, and nobody really has that time to regularly be steeping and washing those napkins. So people are going more for diapers and things like that. So it's important for you, though, the insights. Maybe if you see that when you post diapers, you get more engagement, more people are ordering than when you post napkins. So it's definitely going to help you to understand market trends. And then also it helps you to understand user experience, because you understand your customers path to purchase, and you can make changes accordingly. So if you're somebody who runs a website, for example, okay, you can see, from maybe you're using, we're going to be discussing a lot about analytic tools that you can use to get all this information. But maybe you've realized that a lot of people are coming to your site, but they are not purchasing. So you need to analytic tools, or getting insights can help you understand your customers' path to purchase and help you to equally know where you need to make any changes to maybe facilitate the experience for them. If you're somebody who runs a site where people can make payments and you have not made a lot of payment methods available, maybe you've only made it possible for people with Visa cards to buy. So if you see that a lot of people are coming to the site but they are not actually buying, then you might, make some changes. You might think about including maybe mobile money payment methods, maybe prepaid, using prepaid cards, whatever can work for a lot of people, just adding options there that they can make use of. And then also, you can use your insights for content marketing. All right, this is very important. When it comes to content marketing, you can identify which type of content people engage with the most. So if you're somebody who maybe posts a lot of pictures, and then subsequently you post videos and you realize that more people engage with your videos than your pictures, people are really sharing the videos and saving, you can see all that from your insights. You will now decide to say, okay, maybe I can still continue posting my pictures, but I should do more of videos because this is the type of content that most people are engaging with. Okay, so understanding your insights equally helps with your content marketing. And then having these insights as well can help you to adapt your strategy in general, because you can use this insight to just overall make sure that your strategy is working well for you. You are constantly adjusting and improving, okay, constantly giving people what it is they need and what exactly they are looking for. So this is why it's important for you to have insights, and this is how you can use your insights to make your business work better for you. So I'm just going to pause here. If there are any questions, please just drop them in the chat. I'll be looking out for any questions you have. Okay, so basically in this first segment of the session, we were looking at the right questions to ask, understanding the right questions to ask. And we went through a methodology known as REAM, which means reach, activate, reach, engage, activate, and nurture. This is what should guide you when you are, looking to ask questions for your business. And we went over the overall process, for analytics when it comes to your business. We talked about asking yourself about your objectives, understanding what questions you want to ask. We talked about knowing where to get that information from and how you can use that information to your advantage. So if there are any questions at this point, you can just let me know and then we can proceed to the next part of our session. So do we have any questions? Yes, Rabiata, I just saw what you dropped. You're talking about the kind of question you would like to ask your customers. That's a great question to ask them, because their feedback can definitely help you to see how you can make your products and services better. So thank you for that. So do we have any questions at this point regarding the first part of the session? If it's all good, just kindly give me your feedback so I'm sure we are moving at the same pace and we are together. I'm not too fast. I'm not rushing over anything. So you can use maybe your favorite emoji, maybe a thumbs up, maybe a smiley, whatever it is to say it's all good for you and we can proceed. But if you have any questions, kindly put them. So I'll be looking out to see maybe one or two people give feedback or questions, and then I would move on. So is it all clear? Is it all good? I'm not seeing any questions. Does it mean we're fine and everything is clear? So kindly let me know. I'm looking out. Is there somebody who can say something and then we would move on? Are we there, ladies? I hope I'm not here alone, just talking to myself. Please show up in the chat. Please show up in the chat. So are we there? Awesome, Crimson. Thank you very much for that feedback. So let's move on. So in the second part of our session today, we're going to be looking at how you can identify the best tools to use. Now you've, gone through the process, establishing what is it you want to know about your business and things like that. So what are the tools that you can use to help you get all this information that you need? Now, I want to ask you, which analytic tools do you currently use? Are you doing anything in question to understand how people are engaging with your social media pages or your website? Is there anything you're doing to have some insights, because I believe we all, in some subtle way, we have tried to get insight about something. Maybe it's you who is using WhatsApp and you post your picture. Sometimes you just check the numbers to see how many people have viewed your status, right? So that's you looking out for insights. That's you trying to get data as to the number of people that your picture has reached, the number of contacts who have seen your picture. So if you've ever done a similar thing for your business, kindly let me know in the chat. Um, awesome, Chisom. Thank you for that feedback. All right. So, are there any analytic tools that you currently use? Have you ever made use of any analytic tools? If none, kindly let me know, or just put it there in the chat. Oh, thank you, Peace. Awesome, awesome. So, do we currently use any analytic tools? Kindly drop in the chat, or if you don't use any, you can just say no, maybe you don't. It's still fine. So as you're doing that, I would equally proceed to see what we have in store for you today are some of the analytic tools that you can use for your business. Now, when it comes to the tools that you can use, when it comes to social, you have Twitter, you have Facebook, you have Instagram. There's a lot of these social media channels which we use that have tools that we can make use of to get information, and there's Hootsuite as well. Now, when it comes to organic search, we have Google Search Console and we have Google My Business. If you are set up on Google My Business, it's very possible for you to know the number of people who have been stopping on your business profile. Okay, that information is always there in the insights option. And there are times that you can equally get a mail, right, in your email, in your Gmail, that says this number of people stopped on your Google My Business profile. So this number came from direct searches, this came from indirect searches, and things like that. And then equally have Google Search Console. Google Search Console is equally for people who have websites and they want to maybe monitor how they are succeeding with their search engine optimization activities, right? Maybe you're making use of a lot of search engine optimization to pop up in search results. Google Search Console can actually tell you how your site is performing, how many people are stopping right there, and things like that. Okay, so Google Search Console and Google My Business are good when it comes to organic search. Now, when it comes to your website, if you have that website you're running for your business, you can make use of Google Analytics. So Google Analytics equally helps you to monitor the number of people stopping on your website, how many people are taking action, what do they do when they are on your website. So Google Analytics is going to give you a lot of information as to the performance of your website. And then we have paid search. When it comes to paid search, you can make use of Google Ads. Okay, so once you're running an ad on Google, you're going to have a lot of information as to how that advert is performing, how many people are actually seeing and searching stopping on your website. So you can get that information from Google Ads, especially if you're advertising with Google. Now let's start with Facebook. When it comes to Facebook, Facebook has the Facebook page insights. Okay, so with the Facebook page insights, you can find out what people are engaging with on your Facebook page and how they are finding you. The numbers, I mean, it's there. When you go to your Facebook page, you can, when you click on overview, okay, you're going to have a page summary there that gives you a lot of information as to the number of actions that were taken on your page, the number of page views that you have, the number of likes and things like that. And when you see these numbers there, when it's in green, you know that maybe there has been an improvement. So when it's green, it shows that the numbers are stepping up. It's probably better than it was the previous month. But when you see it in red and the arrow is pointing downwards, that shows that there is a decline. Okay, so maybe you're not getting as much likes this month for your content as you did some 2 months back and things like that. So it's very important for you to have these insights, especially if you're running a Facebook page. You can always have these insights so that you see how people are engaging with your content and what you need to do to step up in case the figures are showing that there is a decline. Now, with Google Search Console, this has to do with people who have websites. Okay, now you can find out a lot of valuable information about your website and its visitors from Google's organic search results. So if you're using Google Search Console, You can easily get signed up on Google Search Console. Okay, it's searchconsole.google.com, especially if you have a website. Now, what your Google Search Console account will permit you to do is you can know the performance of your website, how it ranks in search results. Okay, and you can equally know the number of visitors who are stopping on your website from Google searches. So you can see that about 500 people search for maybe baby wears in Lagos on through on the Google search engine, right? And when results popped up, your website popped up, and these people clicked on your website to get more information as to how they could maybe buy baby wears and things like that. So basically, that is what Google Search Console does. And like we said, it's an organic way of getting information. This means that you're not paying for any adverts from Google. Okay, so this giving you information as to as to organic results, right? How is your website actually performing, and how are people finding your website? Okay, and like I said, Google Search Console works best when you're doing search engine optimization and not search engine marketing. Okay, so the results are purely organic. Now, let's talk a bit about Google Business Profile. With your Google Business Profile, you can manage your online presence across Google Search and Maps and Google Maps. Okay, so it's Google Business Profile is free, and once you have signed up and you are using the platform, you have an insights option right there. When you go to your Google Business Profile, when you go to your page, you're going to see a lot of icons on the left hand side of your screen. So the moment you click on insights, you're going to have so much information as to the number of people who have stopped on your business profile. Now, what you see in blue right here, okay, from this example you see here, about 39,000 people have stopped on this particular profile. Now, what it shows up in blue is what is termed discovery. So these are people who were searching for something similar to this business, and then it popped up in their search results, and then they clicked on the link to find out more. Now, what shows up in green are direct searches. That means these people actually tapped the name of your business in the search query, actually looking out for your business. Okay, so there's so much information right there which you can know. It's very important for you to know the number of people who are seeing your business, who are stopping there based from a direct search or from discovery and things like that. So the insights option in your in your Google Business Profile allows you to know all of this. Now, when it comes to Google Trends, what is good with Google Trends is that you can know the popularity of a search term in Google and identify whether a trend is on the rise or declining. So if you just go to trends.google.com, Johanna or Sandra is going to drop the link in the chat for you for Google Search Console, for we talked about Google Search Console, Google Business Profile, and now we are on Google Trends. All right, so they are going to drop the links there just to help you out as you are trying to discover these platforms as well. That's in case you're not using them yet. So with Google Trends, it's very possible for you when you type a particular search term there, in the search box, results are going to pop up, and it's going to show you how many people are really looking out for this particular thing. So it just helps you to know the popularity of a particular search term, and you can know whether this thing exactly is it popular right now, or is it on the rise, or is it declining. The idea of knowing popular search terms is going to definitely help you a lot in knowing if a lot of people are looking out for this particular item. Let's say carriers, baby carriers. How many people, you can know how many people are searching for baby carriers, and it's even going to show you by region. The information is going to be segmented by region in such a way that you can see who the region with the highest number of people searching for this particular thing, and all of that. So that information basically should guide you, right? That information should guide you in knowing how you can run your digital activities. Particularly, you can target your activities for people in a particular region where you see that the numbers are really high searching for a particular product or service. Now let's move on to see how you can rise above your competition using Google Trends. Now, with Google Trends, you can find relevant trending topics. Like if you search a particular term or a particular topic and you see that it's not really popular at the moment, people are not really talking a lot about it at the moment, then you're not going to be using a lot of that, or in describing your products and your service on your website. All right. So when it comes to handling your business, you'll be able to now incorporate topics that are trending, things that people are actually looking out for in the moment. Now, if you are somebody who sells clothes and shoes, for example, and you realize that at this point a lot of people are looking out for boots, people are looking out for high knee boots, very fashionable boots, then you'll probably not be trying to sell ballerinas, for example. Okay, so the idea is to know what is relevant and what is trending, so that you incorporate that in whatever digital activities you're running for your business. And then now you can equally rise above your competition using Google Trends by monitoring your competitors. It's very possible for you to make use of Google Trends to monitor your competitors. It's good to stay in the loop, to know what it is they are doing, so that you're not behind, you're constantly at the same level competing with them. And then also, you can use Google Trends to run a keyword research. So using Google Trends means to run a keyword research basically means that you can search for you can put in a lot of terms, right, in the search bar to know what keywords are popular. What are those words that people are using a lot right now to find a particular product or service, especially in your sector, especially in your business sector. The idea when you're running a keyword research, the idea is to know what people put in the search bar on their search engines, right? When somebody goes to Google, maybe they are looking to buy anything related to baby wear. What is that word exactly that they are putting in the search bar? The moment you run a keyword research and you know the words that a lot of people are using, you can now make use of these words in your website or any digital platforms you're using. You're going to be using those words to describe your products, to describe your business in such a way that the moment somebody uses one of those words in the search query on Google, your business or one of your platforms should be popping up in the search results. So you can make use of Google Trends to do a keyword research. Now, you can also make use of Google Trends to promote, make sure that you're promoting your products around any seasonal trends, what is hot in the moment. So, like, I'll go back to the example of the boots. Maybe this is rainy season, it's cold, people are not really wearing, maybe sandals and low shoes, right? You might think about selling more of your boots, buy more boots, buy more jackets, because at this particular point in time, from your Google, from your search on Google Trends, you've realized that a lot of people are actually searching for this particular type of dress or this particular type of shoe. So the idea is to make use of Google Trends to understand what is trending in the moment, what is hot in the moment, so that you equally find a way to satisfy those who are looking out for whatever it is you find popular on Google Trends. And then also, you can make use of Google Trends to find topics by regions, right? So you realize that different topics are trending in different places. And you can always tailor your content, always tailor whatever it is you're posting to suit what is trending. I'll take, for example, maybe what is trending right now is the fact that Davido on his birthday asked people to send money for his birthday. That's something that's trending. That's something that's going on at the moment. But the fact that that is trending in Nigeria does not mean that is what will be trending in East Africa, or that is what will be trending in the US. Maybe in the I don't know, are more concerned with the war with Ukraine and things like that. So the idea is to be able to know what is trending in each region, and then you can find a way to get creative about your content to, just tailor it in such a way that it suits with the trend. That way it is equally getting found by a lot of people, and Google Trends can help you achieve that. So I hope it's clear when it comes to maximizing Google Trends to rise above your competition. Move on to see Google Analytics. when it comes to Google Analytics, you can understand what customers do on your website. Google Analytics gives you a lot of first-hand information as to what people do when they get to your website. Which page on your website is getting more views and is attracting more people? Is it your about page? Is it your contact page? Is it your what we do page? I don't know, the number of pages that you may have on your website. So Google Analytics is a great tool when you're looking to understand what customers do on your website. So I'll stop here. If there are any questions for me, kindly just drop them in the chat. So basically here Google business profile as well as Google Analytics. So if we have any questions on this, you can kindly just drop in the chat and I will quickly attend to them. All right. So welcome, Kenechukwu. Even though you're joining us late, we are still happy to have you. So hello, Dorcas. Welcome. Welcome to everyone who is just joining us. So do we have any questions at this point? I will take them. I would answer all your questions. If there are any questions, kindly let me know. So as you drop your questions in anyway, I will definitely come back to them and answer. And if I don't do that right away, Sandra is equally there and she would see how to equally address any concerns you have. All right, so let's move on to the last aspect of our session today. And the last thing we are going to be talking about today is how to understand and analyze your data. So you've asked yourself the right questions. You know the tools you need to use. How do you now understand the data that these tools are giving you? How can you understand and analyze it? Now, let's talk first about Google Analytics. Now, with your Google Analytics dashboard, this is basically what it looks like, all right? So I hope the screen is quite clear. So if you are making use of Google Analytics, there's a lot of information that has been broken down for you, especially when it comes to metrics and impressions and things like that. You get to know the number of people who stopped on your website, what they did on your website, as well as you can see the regions, that are getting the region that has the highest number of people who are stopping on your site. Now, so basically with your Google Analytics dashboard, the figures are right there. There are charts that represent all this information for you. You can monitor, you can compare and see how you did, some 3 months back to 2 months back and the previous month. So those charts, that information right there is basically just there to guide you, to show you how your performance, your website has been doing for the last couple of months. So usually where you see an increase, a rise, that is an indication that you're at least doing great. A lot of people are getting to your site. A lot of people are probably ordering as well. But where the figure seems to be red and declining, that means there is something that isn't okay and you need to work on it. So basically, this is what your Google Analytics dashboard should look like. The moment you go to analytics.google.com and you're making use of the platform, this is what it should look like. Now let's see how you can get set up on Google Analytics. If you're looking to create your Google Analytics account, just go to analytics.google.com. Sandra has already dropped the link in the chat, so you can just copy and paste in your browser and go to it after the session. So you can go to analytics.google.com. That's the very first thing you need to do. Second thing is to choose a name for your account. Choose a name for your account, which will likely be your business name, right? And then choose an industry category. What is your business? Which industry does it operate in? So choose an industry category for your business, and that's all. The process is not long. You don't need a lot of information to put on there. Now, once you have succeeded in signing up for Google Analytics, there's a place there, on your account where you're going to see a tracking code or a tracking ID. Okay, so that tracking ID is what is going to permit you to monitor your site's performance, and you will need to add, the correct tracking code to the pages on your website. All right, so the idea is to copy this tracking code from your Google Analytics account. Once you've set it all up, once you copy this code and paste on your website, now it's like merging your Google Analytics with your website in such a way that Google Analytics can now monitor the performance of your website. So now once you've copied this tracking code, you go to if you're somebody who is using a website builder, when using a website builder or a blog, there may be a simple field where you can add the tracking ID for your website. So if you're making use of any website builder, whether it's Wix, whether it's Google site, to customize your blog, you're going to always find the space where you can add the tracking code is usually very visible. In this example here, it's at the right hand top corner of your screen. So there's going to be a space there where you can put in the tracking code which you've copied from your Google Analytics account, which is that already sets the ball rolling. Google Analytics will now be doing the work for you to monitor your website performance. Now, you need to understand the four main areas of reporting. When it comes to reporting how your site is doing, you'll be looking out for audience, acquisition, behavior, conversions. So these are the four main areas in your Google Analytics profile where you're going to be looking out for a lot of insights and a lot of data that has to do with your website's performance. So when it comes to your audience, when you click on the audience icon, it's going to tell you who your audience is. Okay, so if you asked yourself who are they, remember when we are talking about the REIN methodology, you wanted to know your target audience and the people you're reaching, right? So the audience section here, okay, is going to report to you who your audience is. So it answers the question, who are they? Now the acquisition icon right there is going to tell you, if you're asking yourself, how did they find me? These people, how did they find me? So the acquisition right there is going to tell you exactly how these people got to your website. Was it an organic search on Google? Were they just searching for something closely related to your business and then your website popped up in the results and they clicked on your site? You can get this from acquisition. Now, behavior is what tells you what they are doing when they are on your site. So if you're looking to answer, what are they doing, these people who are finding me, what are they doing when they get to my site? The behavior option in your Google Analytics profile is going to report to you what these people actually do when they get to your website. And then we have conversions. Conversion, when you click on conversions, is going to tell you, if you're asking yourself, what are they worth to me? What are they worth to me? Conversions is going to actually help you know what these people are worth to you, this number of people who are coming to your site. All right. So it's going to tell you, it's going to give you the information right there. So these are the four main areas of reporting: audience, acquisition, behavior, and conversions. Now, when it comes to data in Google Analytics, the data in Google Analytics looks something like this. So you're going to see dimension, which is the what, and you're going to see metrics, which are the numbers. So when it comes to the what, this has to do with organic search, especially when you're trying to know how these people got to your site. Right now, you're going to see here organic search. When you see organic search, you get the numbers. The numbers are right there, the number of people who found you through an organic search or through a referral or through a direct or paid search, whatever it is. You're going to have the numbers popping up right there, um close to the dimension. Okay, so this is exactly how it looks like and how it's going to help you know exactly how people are finding your website. Now, let's go back to the REIN methodology, which I mentioned earlier. And like we said, you're using REIN to ask the right questions, and equally you get to know what to do with that information. Now, when it comes to reach, you're asking yourself, how are people finding me online? So the idea now is to use these analytic tools to identify which search items are driving organic traffic and develop relationships with referral websites. Okay, especially if you see that a lot of people are coming to your site through referral websites. Okay, so all these tools, right, I hope we are seeing how this data is helping you to answer some of these questions that you had set for yourself in the beginning. And then when it comes to engage, which has to do with what are people engaging with when they find me online, you get to learn which pages are not getting any views. Okay, maybe there's that page on your website that's not getting a lot of views from people, and you equally get to discover what is really engaging your visitors. What kind of content do they find engaging? Do they constantly come there to see or read? Okay, now when it comes to activate, You're asking yourself which channel is driving the most bookings. Now you can make use of this data and this insight to identify which referring sites drive conversions, and to equally look out for any underperforming referring sites and consider reviewing any partnerships with them. That is what when you're trying to answer the question on activate, okay? Your data should be able to tell you if there are referring sites that are really working for you, and you can consider reviewing if there are some sites that are not really working well to bring in customers to your main website. Now, when it comes to nurture, you're asking, are my customers happy to leave a review? Because remember, we talked about nurture to know the know if people are coming back. Now you're asking, are my customers happy to leave a review? So you can try different ways, especially if you've gone to this website and you've gone to your website, and from what you see, a lot of people are not really giving their feedback and their comments there. So you can now try different ways to encourage purchasers to leave a review on your website. All right, let them know, let them tell you exactly, what they find good about your products and services and what they don't find, so that you can constantly see how to improve your site. So this is how you can go about using the information, okay, that you have asked yourself. Once you've asked yourself these questions, you've gotten answers to them, you can use this information to do the following things when it comes to reach, when it comes to engage, when it comes to activate, and when it comes to nurture. Now, let's discuss Google Trends. And Sandra already dropped the link right there. Okay, so you can take time to just click on the link and equally just go to Google Trends and see what it is all about. So, Google Trends looks like your normal search, Google search when you're looking for anything. It's just that with Google Trends, you're trying to know the popularity of a particular thing. Okay. Now, when it comes to Google Trends, you get to promote your business around seasonal trends. Seasonal trends will allow your business to stay relevant and competitive. And throughout the year, your business will experience peaks and dips that will impact your revenue. So it's very important for you to see how you can use trends to identify seasonal product demands. When you understand what is, trending at the moment, what is in demand at the moment, you will find a way to satisfy those seasonal product demands. And then also you get to adjust your offerings according to supply and demand. If you see that there isn't a high demand for a particular product, you're not going to be importing a lot of it to sell, because at the moment a lot of people are not looking out for it. And then also with Google Trends, you get to create content about current trends. Like I said, if you understand that maybe in Nigeria now what is trending is Davido and the 1 million people are giving him for his birthday. Now, maybe you can try to create content about your business surrounding it. Maybe you try to make it funny, maybe you try to make it inspirational, whatever it is. But hopping on a trend can definitely give you more visibility as a business person. And it's Google Trends is there to help you understand what is trending. It's there to help you know what is currently happening at the moment, and you can now create content around that. Now you can use Google Trends for a keyword research, like I had previously mentioned. Google Trends shows what searches and keywords are trending. You can use the related queries section to identify other potential keyword tags. You can equally get to name your product categories according to popular keywords, and then you can optimize your post according to trending keywords. Okay, I talked a lot about search engine optimization, so you can optimize your post using trending keywords that people are using a lot to search on Google. The moment they are putting in that word, your product will likely be popping up because you have used that word, in your post, in describing your products or in naming your product categories. So it's very important for you to know what keywords are trending. Now, if we take the example like what is here on the screen, right? If you're somebody who is very much into fashion, if you come searching for, I don't know, blouses, right? If you're looking for blouses, you can see a lot of terms as well that are related to blouses. You can see that maybe people are looking for blouses that are boho chic, blouses that are brown in color, and things like that. So you get to see not only the popularity of a particular term, but you would equally see other terms that are closely related to that term, so that you can also make use of this when naming your product categories, as well as when you're trying to optimize your post. All right, so keywords are very important. Google Trends is there to help you when running a keyword research. So I'm just going to stop here. If there are any questions concerning the session, from beginning to end, kindly drop them in the chat, and I will take any questions that you have quickly, so that we don't go way above time. All right, so please kindly drop any questions that you have. Is it all clear? Is it all good? We saw how you can understand the right questions to ask. We saw the tools that you can use to obtain information, right? And then we went on to see how some of these tools look like, how you can use them, getting keywords, Google Trends, Google Analytics, how you can actually understand that information. And with Google Analytics, I talked a lot about acquisition, behavior, the areas of reporting, if we remember, acquisition, behavior, and things like that. So that is what you can do to understand the insights you have, all right, and better work on your business. So if there are any questions at this point, I would like to have them, all right. Please just drop them in the chat so that I can quickly answer them. So as you're doing that, let's move on to see your next steps. And before going to your next steps, I would like to remind you again about the bootcamp, okay? So please don't let this session end without you copying the bootcamp link. All right, please sign up. It is free. All right, it is free. Google wants you to have as much knowledge as you need to make sure that your business is running great. So Sandra is going to drop the link again once more for the Google Hustle Academy. So please do not forget to sign up for the bootcamp. So what are your next steps? When it comes to your next steps, you can go to learndigital.withgoogle.com/digital skills/courses. Okay, Sandra will equally be dropping the link. If you tap on that link, you can take on some courses to learn a little bit more about everything that we've discussed. All right, see how you can improve your knowledge and know more to do better. Okay, so do not forget, sign up for the Google Hustle Academy, and then you can go to learndigital.withgoogle.com to take on some of the digital courses, the courses that are there on digital skills. Now you can equally find Google Digital Skills on social media. So you can go to Facebook. The link is facebook.com/digital skills for Africa. If you're a Twitter person, just head on to twitter.com/digital skills AF. And if you're an Instagram person, instagram.com/digital skills AF. And equally, you can find Impact Her on all our social media platforms. Impact Her is very active on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and on Instagram. So connect with us. Let us know, let us have your questions. Tell us how some of this knowledge has been helping you run your business better. We would like to always get your feedback. So thank you to everyone who joined in today. Thank you so much. I had a great time in your company today. I hope we found the session informative and educative. I want to say thank you to Alpha Women for making this training possible. I want to equally thank all my amazing colleagues who were on the call today, just making sure that our session runs smoothly. So thank you all, dear ladies, for joining in. Do not forget to subscribe to the Impact Heart channel, all right, so that when we have any trainings coming up, you will not miss out on anything that is important for you. So thank you very much for joining in, and I hope to see you next time for our next training. Also, please do not forget to fill the certificate link. All right, Sandra is going to be dropping the link very soon. Okay, so please tap on the link and fill the form. Today we discussed how you can use data and insights to for your business. All right, so that's use data and insights to help your business grow. That is a topic for our session today. So as you fill in the form, kindly put the topic there. Use data and insights to help your business grow. So that is what is going to enable us. Make sure that you get your certificate of participation for this training. So thank you all so much. Thank you very much. Yes, Chisom, the boot camp is for those who already have businesses, people who are already running businesses, okay? So thank you so much. Thank you, Crimson. Thank you, Chisom. Thank you to all the amazing people who were here and who were so active. Dorcas, Kenechuku. Thank you all, thank you, and see you all next time. Goodbye.